What is up, gang? Uncle Trav coming to you from the Brentwood area this week. We are doing, it's not really a renovation as such. We're tearing out an old preformed pond that you see like at Lowe's, Home Depot. We'll take a look here in a minute. Tearing one of those out and making the hole bigger, just giving it the old Aquascape JVI treatment. Let's take a look at what's going on back here. So this is the preformed pond that the homeowner had. You see these at Lowe's or Home Depot all the time. There's nothing wrong with them for an entry-level kind of DIY thing, but when you're ready to step up, it's time for these things to go. So we had it in the ground over here where Avery's currently doing the final excavation. Ran into a couple things over here, nothing crazy. A piece of PVC running through there and some dead cable line. Hoping it's dead, but we'll delete this and we'll delete the PVC that's in here as well. Get it out of our way. And yeah, ending up day one here, we should have this thing decently rocked in because again, we're not super close to the garden center today, but it's not an hour-long drive by any means, so stay tuned. Well, so Avery went to go grab a quick bite to eat because there's a really nice market and deli over here, and the smell of the food has been driving us nuts, so he went to go get some breakfast. I took over to finish the excavation here, and I think we found our depth. So when we do an excavation for a pond, we want to do 26 inches below the existing grade, or whatever our final grade is going to be, rather. That allows us 2 inches of gravel and then 24 inches of water. That's our standard, unless, you know, we go deeper for a different reason. But let's see where we're at right here. I've got this set for that 26 inches. Looks like we're about 2 inches shy of that. We can bring the existing grade up a little bit because we're putting in a walkway and a patio out here as well. So we can kind of cheat it that way, still get that 2 feet of water depth, because the only other option is to do what we call a stop work clause. And if you've ever worked with us or you work with us in the future, you'll see that in the quote, because right now it would be if you wanted to go deeper, instead of raising this up, we'd have to get a jackhammer, and that adds a lot.
Upside and down, and I don't feel like I wanna wear the crown. Oh, have you heard about the free world? Is it true what they say?
We are all done out here in the Brentwood area. We've got our walkway in. We had a little kind of a dead area here, a little bit of nothing, and the homeowner asked if we could just extend the walkway into that. So they've kind of got like a little landing here, which it kind of works out because their grill is right here. Let's take a look at what's going on up here. We got our 15 by 15 patio up here. This came together super well. We like to use bigger stones for patios a lot of the time, because once you set them, all you kind of got to do is level those edges and they're good to go. They don't shift on you, they don't fall or anything like that. They're a more manageable size, so we don't have to use the machine to set them. We use the machine to bring them back here, but then the guys set them by hand and work them into the pea gravel. And I think this is a nice marriage of the two. Got some really good earth tones in the rock down here. I love the coolness of this slate, but when these orange tones pop out every now and again, it adds a nice depth to it. Sections like this too are a great place to do landscape lighting. They opted not to do it at this point, but it's always can be done in phases. Just little accent lights, you know, as you're out here hanging out in the evening. This came together. I'm very happy with this. Speaking of being happy with it, this waterfall is a thing of beauty up here. A lot of pond builders aren't as lucky as us, and we're able to get our rock, it comes on pallets, so it's a little more manageable for us on the front and back end. As we're unboxing, if you will, rocks coming off of there, rocks like this guy they'll scream to the right pond builder, and Avery in Montana saw these guys straight away, and they knew that was gonna be their waterfall rock, and I can't blame them. That's got a lot going on up there. Nice little thick water up here, it hugs, a little stream action, and it comes over the side and aerates. A little riparian habitat up here. If you don't know what a riparian habitat is, that's where you're gonna see butterflies, dragonflies, birds drinking. The water still flows up here at the top, but it's not crazy flow like this, so they can land, get a drink, wash off, whatever, and the homeowners typically check out the waterfall from right there, so nothing but beauty there for them. They went ahead and got some extra fish and put in here, and if you see over here on the side, they did a really cool thing that they learned. They took some irrigation tubing and made a hula hoop out of it and threw it over in the far side, and that's where they feed their fish. Keeps the food from going everywhere, and it kind of lets the fish eat from the same spot every time. Kind of helps them train their fish to come to them when they're going to feed. I still only recommend feeding maybe twice a week at the most, once, twice a week. That sort of wraps us up on this one. I think this came together well. We had some challenges on this one. It was hot. I'd say the biggest challenge on this was that place back there. There's a roadside deli and market, and they make some great food, which kept us going. But the downside is their kitchen vent right into the backyard. So we were constantly hungry all day. Anyway, in the meantime, what you can do, like, follow, share, subscribe, leave us a comment in the comment section. What is your favorite sandwich? And what is your favorite part of this waterfall? I'm Uncle Trav, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.